Hello and welcome to Get Yourself Optimized. I'm your host, Stephan Spencer, and it's my pleasure to have Brenda Gentry with us. Brenda is a blockchain advisor, entrepreneur, and the CEO of bundlesbets.com, a Web3 sports betting platform. Prior to Bundles Bets, Brenda spent almost 20 years in the traditional financial industry before pivoting to the revolutionary blockchain technology. As a blockchain advisor, she's been instrumental to very successful projects in the Web3 space and has quickly become a Web3 leader and a leading voice for minorities. Brenda believes cryptocurrency will break generational curses of poverty and open the world up to a new decentralized financial market without centralized gatekeepers. Brenda has earned the title Crypto Mom as she was introduced to the space by her two daughters, Cynthia and Imani, who are both leaders in the space in their own rights. As a blockchain advisor, Brenda delivers professional, creative, and synchronized business and marketing solutions for companies involved with NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and decentralized finance, or DeFi. Brenda partners with dedicated DeFi professionals, marketing teams, and developers worldwide in order to provide a wide range of multicultural Web3 advisory services. Brenda, it's so great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm very humbled and honored to be here, Stephan. Thank you.
Thank you. And so if we could start by, if you could share with our listener or viewer what your origin story was, maybe go way back to the beginning. How did you end up getting into cryptocurrencies and all the techie stuff? You didn't start off as a techie, I'm guessing.
No, I did not. I did not start as a techie. I have been everything a mother can do on the side and also have a career in banking in the financial industry. The last 16, 17 years I spent in banking, mortgage underwriting, mortgage closing. I've been a realtor. I've had my own title company. So I know all the ins and outs about finance in banking and in real estate. So what got me into crypto was our oldest daughter. Cynthia she was actually supposed to go study computer science. She went to UT Austin, obviously top of her class. Mom was happy, sent her off to study computer science. And because I loved the tech field, I just didn't want to start a new career. So I said, hey, my girls would probably love STEM, and they did. They went into STEM. Both of them went into STEM. And Cynthia getting into UT Austin, she didn't care for computer science at all. And she navigated to other stuff like crypto and blockchain technology.
That's amazing. And you've been covered on CNBC, NBC, Business Insider. You've gotten a lot of media coverage. How did that end up happening?
That was really interesting. It was because of a tweet. What happened last year actually was 2020 when I decided to go deeply into crypto. After my, when we started working from home after the pandemic, I decided my daughter's been telling me about this crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I might as well just buy when the market was, when the market went it kind of crashed. Well, 2020 during the pandemic, everything was down, and I took some money out of my 401k and I got into crypto at that time. And my altcoins started doing better than my blue chips. So I was looking at everything and I decided that I wanted to do it full time. Like I really wanted to make a career out of crypto, because all the time I had about crypto, I had it was a scam. I had other people saying that they were rug pulled, and rug pulled means you get into a project, next thing you know, it's, nobody's there, the founders have disappeared. So to cut a long story short, I was in my living room in last year, and I had been so blessed to be able to make good gains in crypto in a year. And I decided to put in my 2-week notice. When I put in my 2-week notice, I put it on a tweet as a flex. My daughters are like, Mom, you're too old to be flexing. And I'm like, no, I'm not. So that tweet got CNBC and Business Insider. I think they were following they follow crypto stories, and it went viral. So they picked that tweet up and decided to interview me.
You came from Kenya. How did you
Yes.
end up in the States? And what are you doing for your friends and family in Kenya to help them to get onto the blockchain bandwagon?
Yeah, I grew up in Kenya. I spent 18 years of my life in Kenya. When I left Kenya, I was on my way to Germany to study au pair, and I was there and I met my husband. We've been married 24 years. We've been together 25 years. Our oldest daughter is 24. So when I left Germany, when we left Germany to the States, I decided I had to bring my parents into financial literacy, because a lot of people back home still believe that, okay, you should make money and retire at a certain age and live. It's normal to be paycheck to paycheck. To me, I didn't think this is what I wanted to raise my children, thinking that it should be paycheck to paycheck. I wanted to provide a way for them to be entrepreneurs. I wanted them to think bigger than just, okay, go work in a cubicle, which is nothing wrong with that. My husband and I have been doing that for the last over 20 years. I just wanted my parents to explain to their grandchildren, my nieces and nephews, that there was a better way than just telling them, okay, go out, make a career and depend on that. So that's why I decided to go into crypto when I found out that there was no middleman. It was a new technology. We were on the ground level of this breakthrough technology. It's a new asset class. So my parents and my family in Kenya all had to get wallets. I told them I'm not sending them money via Western Union. I used to send money via Western Union, but I don't do that anymore. Because why? Sending it through crypto takes minutes and I don't have no middleman. So that's how they all got into crypto, because I told them, if you guys want help, you got to get a wallet. So that's how that's how I'm helping them get into crypto.
That's
So
awesome.
now they're learning about different tokens and how to get into deeper into the technology.
And there are different types of wallets and different ways of storing your crypto. You can keep it on an exchange. You could put it into a wallet that has multiple currencies, tokens. You could put it in a wallet that is specific only to one currency. You could put it on a hardware device, a hardware wallet. I mean, the crypto itself is on the blockchain, of course, but you can store the private key on a hardware wallet like a Ledger or Trezor. There are different ways of doing this, and they have different security implications, each of them. So when you're advising friends, family, clients, colleagues to get a wallet, what's the approach that you're advising them to take? Because some of these approaches are really complicated for a non-technical person.
As a mom myself, getting my first wallet it took me a few days for my daughter to explain it, and once she explained it, she had to walk me through it. But when she wasn't here, I was like, okay, I can't access my wallet because I don't even know how. So as a mom, I know it took me. I'm not in my 20s. I'm 46. What I tell people is the best way, and I personally don't use centralized. I don't store my money on centralized exchange. When I say centralized exchange, I mean Coinbase, I mean crypto.com. I move my money straight to MetaMask or Coinbase wallet. I love Coinbase wallet. Now we're talking hardware, then I have my ledger. We're talking hard wallets. Obviously, everybody knows. I wouldn't say everybody. Only 1% of people in the US so far have wallets. According to the last study of about 29 million people so far have know about crypto or even have the wallet. So I walk my family through setting up a wallet, and I tell them your seed phrase is like you can't do anything without your seed phrase. This is like gold. You got to store it real well and make sure you don't give it to anybody, because even the best of us, even my daughter, after bringing me into crypto, she also got hacked. Her wallet got compromised because she gave out her seed phrase when she was in the midst of trying to move currencies around, and she just didn't think about it. So when you're working with someone or you're trying to help someone and you forget something that you've been doing for so long, you can actually even get compromised, and you've been in the industry for 3 years or 4 years. Like my daughter knows exactly what she was doing, but she also got compromised. So it's just teaching people how to take their time with it.
Presumably, when you send crypto to a new address, you send a small test amount, make sure that that arrived safely, and then you send the full amount.
There you go. Yay! You do know crypto then. You know a lot of crypto, I'm
A few
sure.
things. Yeah.
Some people don't even do that test amount. They just send blindly. At least you know, hey, you gotta do that test.
I'm curious if you have any particular altcoins that are not the obvious ones that are in the top 100, but ones that are kind of like a dark horse that many folks are not familiar with, that is a favorite or something that you're particularly bullish about?
Man, there's so many, Stefan. There's so many I'm bullish about. So I mean, it depends on how people, I mean, how long are they looking for a return? If you're looking in a year, I would say bundles bets. The one on that I'm bullish about bundles bets because I'm part of the team. So I'm gonna speak for something that I know. And I know that if something goes down, you can come back to Brenda Gentry and say, hey, listen, you told me this was gonna do this and this. So I'll take the fault on that because I'm part of the team. But I can't shield my own project, because obviously it's my project. It has to do well because it's my project. But I know other projects that are going to be launching this summer. And even though we've been steadily, like Bitcoin's been 37, 36, 38, we're waiting for it to get to. Everybody's like holding their breath, like when is it going to break 40 again? Because when it breaks 40 again, then bull run starts. But what we know in the background, the developers are building some amazing projects that when I sit and talk to those guys, they come to me sometimes for marketing advice. I'm like, man, I don't even know if the space is ready for this project. Like, I know some amazing projects that are going to be launching this summer. Yeah, the reason I'm bullish about bundles bets is because it's sports prediction. We're getting into sports betting. We just got licensed here in the state of Texas for our token, and we're looking to get the gaming licenses for sports wagering in the US as well.
My oldest daughter is in the same industry as me, and so if there's a prospect that comes through that isn't a fit for me and perhaps doesn't have the budget to hire me out for SEO, I'm an SEO expert, then
Oh, wow.
I'll pass the lead on to my oldest daughter.
Oh, that's awesome. Isn't that nice to be in the same,
Yeah.
that the family is in the same line of business?
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She's been on MSNBC, had a
Oh,
TV appearance
wow.
there. She's had multiple TV appearances. She's spoken at a lot of conferences, Y Pulse and SMX and Blog Her, like a whole bunch of conferences over the years. She started doing SEO at 14 years old.
Wow.
She's 30 now. Yeah.
That's amazing. I think, yeah, you've done so well. I mean, hey, raised her well. Tell her that I need to follow her on Twitter so she can help me with SEO optimization of my website. Bundle bets, we're gonna need her.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So
That's all.
I'd love to hear what the differences are for our listener in terms of in investing, kind of buy and hold type investing in crypto, passive income and trading, right? And then finally developing a career in this space. I think those are very distinct things, and you could do all three, or you could
Mhm.
do just one of them. And I think these get interchanged or kind of muddled in people's minds in terms of one maybe applying to the other, but they're different, right? So if you're talking to people about crypto, they think that, oh, you just put money in and then it just turns into $1 million like magic. No, you can actually become a project lead for a new crypto project, or you could become an advisor to Web3 companies, or you could essentially like do day trading in crypto, or you could do play to earn gaming and make money, like a lot of people in the Philippines are playing Axie Infinity and making more money doing that than they were at an actual job.
Yeah, so you mentioned three things. So buy and hold, passive income, or just, finding something to do work-wise in Web3. I think I've done all three. So I can speak to that. I can say that with age, every age group is different, I would say. If you're coming in at the age my daughters are in their mid 20s, this is just for them the start of a career, that of something that it's going to be a career, because they love crypto, they love the space. So they're not looking to do anything different from being in this space, learning. So if someone offers them a consulting job, if someone wants them to do writing, because some projects are more technical and they need writers, so this space needs writers. This space needs market people who can do marketing. This space needs women developers. We have a lot of men developers, but we don't have enough women. Blockchain, we need women who can learn Solidity. There's a new language now that I forgot the name of it. There's a new coding language that's being used right now. When people think crypto, they think, oh, I just want to get into crypto to invest and to make money, or to just, day trade. But the space is like a baby, and it's evolving. And in this space, you can come in here and just either be on the sidelines and watch, or you can get involved. My mind saying, this is innovative, this is just amazing, this is, I don't know why I had closed my eyes to crypto and not paid attention to the technology behind crypto. Blockchain technology surpasses anything that crypto, or what we know about crypto. So that's what I focus on. I focus on the technology. Next thing I know, I'm telling my bank, hey, I think I'm about to like go do this full time. And in the my colleagues are looking at me like I'm crazy, like, okay, why would you do that? Why would you leave a stable career to go into crypto? But at that time, it was DeFi summer. August 2020 was the boom of DeFi summer, like tokens that had launched um, in beginning of the year, like Yan Finance, one that I had missed out on, had made a lot of my daughter's friends millionaires. And my daughter was like, Mom, I had told you about this token, you didn't study it. And now a lot of my friends just became millionaires. And I'm like, oh man, I missed the boat. So I need to take this stuff serious.
Oh, FOMO, that's a dangerous thing.
Yeah, so she's, and she, what she was doing, I'm a very visual person. So you know what she would do, Stephen? She would get the snapshot of her, like her friends would be like, okay, let me send you a snapshot so you can see my balance. And I'm like, oh my God, $1 million and you're 26 years old. How is that happening? And then I start, and she gets so busy over the summer that she doesn't have any time to help me learn how to, get different tokens, how to navigate the industry. And then I say, okay, well, if you can help me, can you at least guide me to a community that I can learn from? And then I start joining her on Telegram. And next thing I know, I'm just very outgoing in those Telegram chats. A lot of them are crypto bros. And they're like, okay, so we have this mom here and we have this daughter here, and they're trying to learn. So we're going to help them. So we find tokens that we like. And I decide, okay, I love to do this. And I invest some of my 401k money into crypto. And that one particular token does well during the next year. When that story came out on NBC, I had just decided I was going to do this full time. And that's when I got on NBC. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I tweeted about me leaving my day job, and an NBC a reporter was like, oh wow, that's quite a story. A lot of people are leaving their day jobs, but you make around 70, 80K a year. Why would you leave that for something that's an industry that's very volatile and it's unsure and we don't know about the bear markets. And I said, yeah, I just feel really confident in what I'm doing. So yeah, that's how the story got to be on NBC.
It's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. Was that a life-changing thing, that media coverage?
Yes, it was. And I enjoyed entrepreneurship, you know. I enjoyed being able to, I guess after so many years, what most people didn't know is that I was an entrepreneur before. I had a mortgage company before the 2008 economic crisis, and I had to go back and work because at that time everything was just, all the mortgage industries that we were working with had gone under, so I had missed being an entrepreneur, and I wanted to become that again. I just didn't know that it would happen so fast. So I said, maybe when I turn 55, I'll be an entrepreneur again. But I was like 46, and I'm like, oh, wow, that happened real quick. 10 years
Hmm.
sooner than I expected. Almost 10 years sooner than I expected. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that I could help my parents. My mom would finally retire. Yeah, she would finally retire because my dad had retired and he had gone back to work, but then he had retired again because, he was 70, getting to be 75, and my mom was in her 60s, and she just felt like, okay, I just gotta keep going so that I can get my pension. And when I was able to say, well, mom, you don't have to, like, work yourself to death, technically, just you can retire now. I was able to make that possible, and I really thank God for that. It's been
Mm.
really eye-opening, and a lot of opportunities came about, actually.
Like, how did you end up being the CEO of Bundles Bets?
My life is just full of dreams and big. Every time I have a big idea and I tell myself this is something I want to do, God makes a way for me to do that because I'm a faith person. By the way, I'm really grounded in my faith. When I get into crypto and sometimes even on my Twitter, a lot of people tell me you can't mix this is an industry that you can't mix faith in this industry. But I'm like, I don't care what industry I go to, I have to mix faith in this industry because this is all I know, right? This is all I know. I know maybe it doesn't apply to other people. Maybe you can mix that in finances, but that's all I know. So I had this token that I liked was bundles bets token. It was a prediction project, whereas we predict the price of what Bitcoin would be next week, what Ethereum would be, several top 5 tokens, and you get into a pool, and the top people, they, if the money they lose goes to the people that predict well, like 80% goes to the top 3 or whatever. And I really liked that project. I just really liked the community. So when I got on the community, the founder and I, we became really good friends. He's British, based in Thailand, and we used to talk every day. And he would tell me, he was getting into NFTs at that time. That was end of 2020, beginning of 2021, when nobody was talking NFTs. He was really into NFTs. He's the one that told me about the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and he's like, "Hey, you need to check this out." And he bought like 8 or 9 when they were
Wow.
like nobody knew about them. I think when they first announced that they were gonna launch, Simon was one of the first ones to tell me, Brenda, this is gonna blow up. This is really gonna blow up. And I was like, I don't know about board apes, but yeah, go ahead and buy them. long story short Long story short, he did so well. 2021, he did really, really well. When NFTs that he probably bought for 3,000 were now valued at 250,000. He was slowly not not able to be 100% into the project or the DeFi projects. And with DeFi, it's not like DeFi is 24/7. People want to know, people want to get answers every hour. People are online, and he was like doing well. He's like, I don't think I can keep up with this. So I think he knew how much I was invested in the project because I was one of the top holders of the token, and he said, I think to him I would be the best person to take over the project.
So, what sort of investments are safer than others in terms of crypto, and which ones are much more risky and volatile? Because I know there's a lot of volatility in the market, but you're going to have less volatility with Bitcoin than with some obscure altcoin. So I'm curious to hear your take on diversifying your portfolio and where to focus and where not to.
That's a good one. That's a good question. So now, usually in the bear market, what happens is you get to see that there's exit. Everybody's making moves to leave, get ready. They're like, okay, this is dead. It was a Ponzi. Nobody, it wouldn't, we didn't think it would last. It was a good 14 years for Bitcoin, or however long it ran. But one thing I've noticed is that even with the volatility of altcoins, if the builders, or if, like, let's take for example Polygon, Matic. I mean, Matic I would say it's an altcoin, because if you're not a major, if you're not Ethereum or you're not Bitcoin, you are an altcoin. There are layer ones or layer twos which are really good. Polygon, Solana. Solana got shaken a bit because a lot of it had investments from SBF and FTX. Even with that, we've seen the top five, believe it or not, Shiba Inu, which is a meme coin, Dogecoin, which is a meme coin, they're still standing, regardless of how moved or how much money has left the industry, or this asset class, because of fear of whether this is a real thing, and if because of regulations, and the SEC, Gary Gensler with the SEC being now more focused on stable coins when Terra Luna collapsed. So the ones that I personally focus on, and a lot of people who I know a lot of people, what they did is they moved their money to stable coins. They just said, hey, I'm gonna just camp here for a year. I'm not gonna worry about whether ETH is gonna be at 700 tomorrow, or whether it's gonna be at 1800 the next day. People didn't want to deal with that. They just wanted to store their money in a place where it wouldn't matter. So that was the two big ones, was USDC and USDT. And obviously I think Binance has, yeah, BUSD as well. That's also a good stable coin. So for those who didn't want to do anything during the time where there was so much volatility and the news just glaring all over this industry, and saying that it's a Ponzi, it's a scam. And for us, I'm just looking, and I'm like, okay, you guys can call it whatever it is. You don't know how it's changing lives for us. I mean, there's a big wealth gap for the in the African American community. So I'm like, why would you not just educate yourself about it? Like, why, what is it different than what happened, or the bad actors being coming to light, like these people were not doing what they were supposed to do? What's that different than Enron scandal? How is that different than Madoff scandal?
So I've read or heard that probably 90% of cryptocurrencies and tokens will die off. They'll go bust. And if that's true, then how do you identify the fewer than 10% that are the winners, or the ones that can stand the test of time?
Yeah, we hear that a lot, and that 90% will die down. And I actually agree with that. Right now, if I'm looking, we have 12,498 different kinds of tokens, right? When I got into crypto early 2020, it was half that, or about 6,000, close to 6,000, about 5,000. And we've doubled that in 3 years. What I do know is that a lot of people in the last 12 months, a lot of projects could not handle the bear market, were not prepared for the bear market. They couldn't pay their people. I'm not sure how CoinGecko is going to tackle the 12,000 list and clean out the ones that are not relevant anymore. But I know that probably 30 or 40% of those are no longer tokens that anybody is discussing. Now, the 10%, we're going to know who the 10% are at the next bull market. When the next bull market starts, the people who stayed around, the people who are still building those projects, you're going to notice that something happened in 2019. The ones that were there from 2015 and continued to build on, they came up and they surpassed expectations. A lot of the ones that did come, obviously Ethereum was one of them from 2015. XRP, XRP is still around even with the SEC about to give out their verdict whether it's a security or whether it's a commodity. We're going to find out this year. The Cardano community is very strong, very vocal on Twitter too. That's one, it's been tried and tested. So if you look like at Polkadot, the top 20, the top 30 are not going anywhere unless it's something happens crazy like a Terra Lunar again, where there's a depegging of the token, or there's destabilization of the project. Then you're going to see one fallout of the top 10. Now, there are tokens that are not in the top 10 or top 20 that are really coming up with fundamental changes to the blockchain, to technology. I mean, they're building things that you're like, okay, wow, they're doing this with real estate, they're doing this with this. So those are industries that if you are building a project and you tap into, for example, real estate is, I'm I'm thinking in the next 5 to 10 years, we're gonna be able to, and I've seen people buy, you know, their homes or use them as NFTs, and I mean, it's crazy stuff that people are able to do with this new technology. But the 90%, we're not gonna see them at all. But the 10%, the way we determine the 10% is just give it until 2024, the next Bitcoin halving, and you keep hearing, oh, this project's doing this project's doing that. That's how we know which project stood the test of time.
What do you think about the NFT space? So non-fungible tokens. I know you were very involved, heavy into that. Do you think it's going to be even more decimated than the cryptocurrency market, with 10% left standing, but instead it might be 5% or 3% left standing in the NFT world? Or do you think it's going to mirror pretty much the cryptocurrency token side of things?
So now that one's interesting because NFTs is what we were hoping, or we are hoping still would bring mass adoption to the crypto space. And it will, because it's so easy to learn NFTs versus learning the DeFi side of things, or how to trade. And it felt like the wild, wild west. 2021 literally felt like, especially towards the end, every time you turn around, everybody and their mama was starting an NFT project. Literally, people you meet at a conference were like, "Oh, I just quit school. I'm gonna start my NFT project." So we saw a lot of running to find gold, like people did in the 1800s, when they found out, okay, there's gold in California, where we're gonna go strike it rich. We saw a lot of that, and it was just some projects were, it was crazy. It was crazy. We knew it was gonna the bubble would burst, and it was a matter of time. And the bubble busted in 2022. The ones that were not here, or the ones whose projects were not like here to stay, if you got on those discords, there was nobody. The founders took the money and ran. With NFT projects especially, I personally think would be even 5%. I know tokens would be 10, because you can withstand the test of time without getting hyping a community. But with NFTs, you gotta, that's how you make money. That's what they do. You gotta get hype from a community, and if there's no community to get hype, because all their NFTs that they bought are worthless, there's nothing you can tell them to do until they see that the market's starting to get back up, but they're not investing money in it again. They just came in, they heard about it, they bought the NFTs, and a lot of them are worthless in my wallet, actually.
You mentioned Discord. What is it about Discord that all the different Web3 projects seem to build their community on Discord and not on some other social platform?
When I got into crypto, I preferred Telegram, actually, but the scammers are they were getting way out of hand. Now with Discord, at least we know Discord has implemented a lot of security, and just now Telegram is starting to do that. But I think after all the NFT projects that were getting launched had been using Discord, it's like follow the leader. Everybody's using it. It's working. People, you can put 250,000 people in there. Not, I mean, we don't know if they're people or bots or whatever, but you can put them all in there and make it work, because it just gives the project that feeling like, okay, this is a crowd of people and they're into my project and I can get them hyped. There's so many things that they do to get people hyped. Like, you can just have a rapper show up and act like, okay, hey, this is whoever it is. Or you can have a billionaire like Elon Musk stop by and say hi, and people go crazy. So stuff like that, I think, is what attracts more communities to Discord. Yeah, and that's why
Got
I
it.
think crypto projects or Web3 projects prefer that.
Are you more active on Discord or on Twitter?
Twitter.
Okay.
Discord, I'm least active. I'm more active on Telegram because my community was solely on Telegram until last year. We just now started sending people to Discord, but I like Telegram.
What do you like about Telegram?
You see, when I wake up and I'm looking at all the chats I need to respond to, it's all in one place. I feel like Discord, I'm maybe it's the layout that just kind of confuses me, as in, okay, so what chat was this again? And then I have to click on it to look and see, oh, that's women. Okay, yeah. So to me, it's just like sometimes it's the layout of just the way it's with Telegram. Now I even know that if someone DMs me fast, they're usually a scammer. Or if they're trying to offer me anything fast, I'm on high alert.
So I know we're getting close to time here. I'm curious to hear your take on play to earn games and how that kind of correlates to what you're doing with the sports betting side of things.
I love Play to One, actually. The first Play to One that did so well also got hacked. Their bridge got hacked. Axie Infinity. I don't know if you remember that. They lost close to over 400 million. I don't know. I think they've recovered some, but they are coming back. They're talking. I've been watching it. I think it's getting back up. And not only is Axie Infinity going to be a game changer when the bull market comes back, but I've seen so many good ones that are coming there's now not only play to earn, there's move to earn. Have you heard of that one, where it's kind
No.
of like fitness, and then it's an NFTs that are like fitness motivated, and you have to move, you have to do something, and then you earn. So those are going to be interesting. I think it's move to earn or step to earn. It's one of the two. But play to earn it's going to be in the next bull market. That's what I'm thinking would make a change, a big dent in the space, in at least the NFT space. So not just NFTs that you hold, but you have to do something to earn. And the SEC or Gary Gensler, they're breathing real hard on the space. But a lot of people, I would suggest a lot of people get legal counsel, and it's very important. We'll let you know how to stay compliant, what not to do, People are just launching tokens without utility and thinking they can just add staking. And that's one thing, one term that the SEC is paying attention to. So I'm glad that we have a team of attorneys that's helping us stay compliant, stay quite far away from their eyes. We want to make sure we're doing everything right. We're going to get licensing right. We're going to get our token. Everything is on the book, done right, the correct way. We're not this time. We're going to make sure even the auditing of all the smart contracts are done by a top tier company.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that. It sounds like an
Thank you.
exciting phase of your business and your life coming ahead.
Yes, thank you. It's a good year. I can already feel it. 2023 is a year for us.
If our listener is interested in learning more about investing in crypto and maybe even investing in your token for Bundles Bets, if they're interested in following you and seeing more content from you, where should they go?
I am actually more active on Twitter than any other platform. But yeah, if you find me on Twitter, make sure it's the one with the blue check mark. It's Crypto Mom at Miss Crypto Mom One.
Yeah.
Yes, at Miss Crypto Mom One. And in regards to the token, everything on my bio, like it would have bundles bets, on of bundles bets. So if they click on bundles bets, they're able to find us on Telegram. Come see us, come say hi. We're gonna have a lot of cool events. We're going to be sponsoring some conferences also. So we'll be traveling, which probably several places this year.
Thank you for sharing with such vulnerability the wild ride you've been on. Not only inspiring, but it's kind of sobering for our listener to like,
Oh,
okay, I need to be protecting my wallet. I need to be protecting my whatever setup I have. My I should be using a VPN. Whatever sorts of things I need to do to protect myself, I better start doing this. This is a warning.
mhm.
this is this is a little warning from above to get your house in order. It is for
Yeah.
me. That's how I'm taking it too. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the interview and thank you for allowing me to visit your podcast. And hey, without a test, there is no testimony. So my life is that. Like
That's a
to,
great quote. I love that. Without test, there is no testimony.
yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Well, listener, get out there and do some good in the world. Make a difference. We'll catch you in the next episode. I'm your host, Stephan Spencer, signing off.